Hey, tell me what you're doing. What's your name?
I'm Dr. Ben. I'm an alternative medicine doctor. I do colloidal silver, colloidal gold, and iodine. These are health supplements.
I love colloidal silver.
Yes, colloidal silver is amazing. It is the new medicine of the silver age. When used correctly, it can kill about 70% of all disease because it kills bacteria, virus, and fungus, which is all infectious diseases if you use it correctly. There's about 650 known ways to self-medicate with silver, and I have the best stuff.
So tell me, are you waiting to get here? Okay, all right. Okay, excellent. You know, we've heard, do you remember the guy that was on Oprah and he made his own colloidal silver? And when I mention it to people, sometimes they say, oh, that's going to turn you blue.
Yeah, back in the day, I really think that guy was paid off to turn himself blue, but they had a lower quality colloidal silver. Now with advances in nanotechnology, we have colloidal silver that no longer will turn you blue. So it has all the amazing benefits of silver without that one negative cosmetic benefit. So I got on the scene, I'm like, hey, well, if it doesn't turn you blue anymore, why aren't we using it? And so a lot of people remember, I don't use colloidal silver because of that Oprah show. But now that reason is not there anymore if you get the high quality food grade stuff. So colloidal silver is amazing and everybody should check it out.
Now there are different levels. There's 30 parts per million and then there's 500 parts per million. What should people be looking at using?
Most people, when they're buying silver, are looking at that number, which is the concentration. ppm means parts per million. New silver, which is my silver, is bottled at 100 parts per million. But there's a lot more that goes into the product quality than just the concentration. There's also the size of the particle quality, the coating, how it's bottled, the directions, the warranty. There's a lot of things that go with it other than just the ppm. So as far as I'm concerned, all the ppms on the market are wrong. There used to be a big phase to do 10 ppm. Now everybody, because they're trying to do higher than me, are trying to do 500 ppm. And I think not only is their concentration wrong, I think their quality of their silver is wrong. But I personally bottle my silver at 100 parts per million.
And what's the difference in 10 and 100? You said it's the size of the particles.
No, the ppm is the concentration. So 100 ppm is 10 times more concentrated than 10 ppm. But the reason it's related to the size, because imagine if you had a whole bunch of big particles versus a whole bunch of, if you had the same amount of silver, but it was in big particles versus small particles, you would have artificially a higher concentration of the smaller particles because you'd have a whole bunch of small particles that added up to the same amount as a few big particles. So they might be bigger particles, but it would sound like a lower concentration, but it's the same amount of silver. So you have to understand the particle size to understand what the concentration means. And it's a little too complicated for people. I don't want to confuse people. Just know that new silver, we do it right.
Well, first of all, what are some of the things what do you use silver for? What would somebody use colloidal silver to treat?
So I just use, I sell colloidal silver as health supplements subject to the FDA disclaimer. And if you use silver for anything in particular, you are self-medicating. We all have the right to self-medicate. Like I say, there's 650 different ways to self-medicate. My silver is food grade. You take it internally and 1 drop a day and you just stop getting sick. By having a little bit of silver in your body, it boosts your immune system and your heart uses it as a bug zapper. It kills bacteria, virus, fungus. You can purify water with it. Self-medication usages, you can cleanse your aura with it, which a lot of people didn't know. I'm cleaning my teeth with it. Because it kills bacteria. It's bacteria in your mouth. You can swish it in your mouth. People are using it in their eye for eye infection. Mine is safe in your eye. One of the few things that are. You can put it in your ear for ear infection. You can put it on a Band-Aid. People are using it for, they're using it already in hospitals, like silver bandages for burn victims and stuff. You can use it for toe and finger fungus. So a lot of topical ways. You can put it in a nebulizer and breathe it in for lung infections, neti pot for sinus infection.
Well, let me tell you, I've been using colloidal silver for a number of years. Anytime I feel like my ears are getting itchy like I'm about to get a cold, I put colloidal silver in my ears and in my eyes, and I cannot tell you the last time that I've actually had a cold. I didn't know that's what you had over here, but I'm a fan.
Let me tell you one exciting thing for women. Women have figured out you can get a spray bottle. You put a drop of my colloidal silver in that. You spray that silver water on your face. Anti-inflammatory. Women are using it as a beauty product for their skin.
What?
I know, right?
For puffiness under my eyes. Let's see here.
Yeah.
It works.
It's anti-inflammatory. It kills bacteria, kills acne. I mean, women figured this stuff out. It's amazing.
Well, anti-inflammatory, they talk about one of the biggest aging things that cause aging is inflammation in the body, and then inflammation of the brain contributing to Alzheimer's today.
And I have another thing here, the colloidal gold. The colloidal gold is anti-inflammatory in the brain. So this colloidal silver kills infection in all of your body, is anti-inflammatory in the body. The colloidal gold gets in your brain, is anti-inflammatory in the brain. That's why I have a system. You do the silver and the gold together with the iodine. So I have a whole system of products here, but it's a colloidal gold for that.
Colloidal gold, I've never heard of colloidal gold. I've just heard of silver.
No, I got stuff you've never heard of before. It's really amazing. Colloidal, if silver is the new medicine of the silver age, gold is the new medicine of the golden age. So you'll have to learn about it. I'm out here spreading the word. The gold is used by your nervous system, and it's anti-inflammatory in the nervous system. And I just released a video about my copper detox hypothesis, how most of the stuff the gold doing is flushing excess copper out of. That's why it's helping for anxiety and rheumatoid arthritis and Parkinson's, things related to high copper levels. So, but you also mentioned Alzheimer's, so I'd like to talk about that if you're interested.
Okay, let's talk about Alzheimer's. Here, hold that for 1 second.
Sure thing. Put a drop of that on your skin and rub it in.
Anywhere?
Yeah, just on your skin.
What are you doing that for?
That's the iodine. I have iodine. It's special. You put it on your skin. Really important for women. It's a whole nother topic, but I want to talk about the Alzheimer's. So I have something I call Om for Alzheimer's. This is something I came up with. And I have information for Alzheimer's that people need to know, and they need to try this, okay? The deal is, they used to think that you did not have any lymphatic system in your brain, okay? It's been discovered that you do. There are lymph nodes in your brain. So when your blood gets pumped out by your heart, it doesn't just come back to your heart. It gives in these lymph node system, and it's the squeezing of your muscles that squeezes the lymph back to your heart. It's in your brain too, but guess what? There's no muscles in your brain to squeeze it back. So it is possible for stuff to get stuck in your brain in the lymphatic part of the brain. I believe that some Alzheimer's could be caused by that. People talk about, a protein aggregation in your brain. Well, where is it getting stuck at? Well, there's a place it can get stuck in the lymph system. There's no muscles to squeeze it. How do you get it flowing in your brain? Guess what? All this stuff people do, the humming, the oming, the om, the humming, the sound therapy, the drums, the laughter therapy, the ha, the tuning forks. Guess what? That shakes up your head, gets the lymph flowing in your brain. So if I had Alzheimer's, I would try that. That's very simple. It's very holistic. The sound therapy.
Okay, what do they need to do? They need to do sound therapy?
You've got to vibrate your head because I believe, my hypothesis, there's proteins that are stuck in the lymph part of your brain. There's no muscles in your brain to squeeze it. You have to vibrate it. The only way to vibrate your head is to hum, which is like om. People do oming, so I call it oming for Alzheimer's. Om, like that. Tuning forks. Hit it, shakes your head. Laughter, ha 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 ha, that shakes up your head. Laughter therapy, laughter yoga, have you heard of that?
Oh yeah, laughter is good for the soul.
And,
and your brain too, I see.
And if they don't want to do any of that, they have researchers already doing ultrasound. Well, they'll use sound, they'll just zap your head with sound, but why do that? I'd rather just play a sound bowl or a drum or something, you get the same effect. So if I had Alzheimer's, I would try that. Try shaking up your head.
Or if you have a family member,
things
that you can do to help your family member. The statistics about the number of people who are going to come down with Alzheimer's is just startling, and it's we keep hearing that it's everything that happens to us physically happens in the gut. So if we're doing things that's causing inflammation in the body and the brain, and then you're saying that what we need to do to help create some movement is through the sound, through sound therapy.
Yes, for your head, because there's no muscles in your brain to squeeze the lymph back to your heart. It can get stuck there. So you can have infection in your body that can get stuck in the lymph part of your brain, and shaking it up with the sound will get it flowing. But also the colloidal silver does not get into your brain, but it will get into the lymphatic part of your brain. So the silver can go and kill infection in your brain too. So if you think it's an infection in your brain, I would use the silver in the lymph part, and the gold will get to the nervous system part, and the sound will get the stuff flowing in there. So that's what I would do for Alzheimer's. And that's something that a lot of people don't know how simple that is. People just haven't tried it. A lot of people with Alzheimer's, they just sit there, they're in a home, they're not getting any interaction, they're not getting music, they're not standing up and dancing or anything, so they're not laughing, so they're not doing any of these things that would really shake up their head and see if it would work,
Well, even if you are even if you haven't been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, just having that extra energy in your life can't hurt.
Oh, absolutely not.
And laughter. You got anything you can tell me funny?
I'm not a good comedian.
Okay, so see, that's funny.
Made me laugh.
That's good. We are here at the
Because I'm very serious.
spiritual wisdom fair. Yeah,
You know,
well,
I'm here. I have serious
but
stuff.
you need to laugh too. I know it's serious,
I
so
have
we need to
serious
start you
stuff
laughing.
for serious problems.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I always get told that I need to lighten up myself, but it's very serious what I'm doing. Really, the biggest health threat here is the water quality because they put the fluorine and the chlorine in the water. You need the iodine to flush that out, get it out of your thyroid. Everybody is getting thyroid problems. Women are coming down with thyroid problems, breast problems, ovarian cancer problems, especially right after having their second baby, because you give all your iodine to your baby in the breast milk, mom gets depleted. And they put the fluoride in the water, they put the bromide in the bread. You're going to get sick if you don't do something about it. So it's important.
How do people find you? How do they get in touch with you? Do you ship your silver?
I do. I have a website. It's imeddo, imeddo.com. It's like I'm a medical doer. That's what imeddo means.
Dr. Ben Goins.
Yes, I'm a type of alternative medicine doctor, DSM, Doctor of Supplemental Medicine. I've created this new field of medicine. On top of that, I also have 2 degrees from MD Anderson Cancer Center. I have a chemistry degree from Texas A&M. I'm in the American Chemical Society Fluorine Division, so when I'm talking about detoxing fluorine, I really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and there's so much cancer and Alzheimer's, and we need to look at holistic approaches to helping to take care of our bodies. And Doctor, I thank you so much for sharing, and I'll be glad to post your information so anybody that is watching that needs to find out more or needs your help, needs some silver. My house will never be without colloidal silver. That's how much I know and can testify that it works so well on topical things as well as just taking it in the morning. I just do me a drop in the morning. I don't have anything wrong, and guess what? I don't want anything wrong.
That's right. Let's keep it that way. And imagine, what can you do with your life in the old paradigm where you're sick all the time? Now, if you're not sick all the time, what are you going to do? You can spend your time with your family. Now you have time to focus on improving yourself and reaching enlightenment, whatever. It's really, we're in a new age, and take advantage of it. It's really wonderful.
Doc, thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching. We are on the road to wellness at the Spiritual Wisdom Fair here in Gainesville, Florida at Unitarian Church. Let's see, where is our...